Welcome back to our Wizards Media Day live coverage on YouTube for 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980, where you see Kyle Kuzma sitting down. Excited to do this, Kuz. Appreciate it. Somehow we're going to have to yell at PR. Now they're not here, I can talk about him. You were like the one guy we didn't get last year on the radio show. So you're starting it with a bang this year. I love to just start with kind of a vibe check. Like, obviously, when you have a guy like Brad who's been here for so long, you had KP, other veteran who had been here. Those guys are gone. You have this young group coming in, and you're the face of the franchise now. You're the guy with the tenure, all 3 years of it now, going into year 3 in Washington. Yeah, right. But like you're the guy. You and JP are seen as kind of the guys on the posters, all that kind of stuff. As you enter this season with that being the situation, how does it feel?
I mean, for me personally, I'm just like grateful. First of all, obviously this is something I've been waiting for my entire career, and not many NBA players can say they have an opportunity like this in front of them. So for me, it's just important just to take advantage of it. And, it's great because it gives you even more confidence, you know what I mean? And I'm already confident, but, naturally walking in, like it just feels different. So
famously, you're a guy who needs way more confidence.
Say it again?
I said famously, you're a guy that needs way more confidence.
Look, you can never have too much. We all have insecurities, right?
For sure.
So, you can never have too much, so it's great.
I mean, specific to that, though, in all seriousness, like the plan last year with keeping you at the deadline and all right, we're going to re-sign him with this big deal, like that's put forward by a GM who then gets dismissed after the season. And obviously there's a belief in Wes and he's still here, but what were those initial conversations with Will and Michael like when they got here, and then how relieved were you or how excited were you when you talked to them and saw that that plan was still in place?
Just because they're straight shooters at the end of the day, and that's the people I like to do business with and work with. So naturally it just made it easy because going into the meetings that I had with them and them just being, really transparent and saying like, yo, listen, like you have an opportunity in front of you. This is what you want. So, if you want to, come in and you want to like build an environment and you want to continue to build your name and however you want to take your career, I mean, where else you going to do it? You know what I mean? So, DC is a great city to do that in. Obviously, being here for 3 years, like growing fond of the city more and more. And, just like I said, this is what I wanted, and I've always wanted it. So
yeah, what is it that you love so much about the city?
The city, man, I feel safe here, man. That's the biggest thing. I live out in Virginia, but I just feel like I can walk my dogs anywhere. I think I can just go to restaurants and, people don't really bother you here, so it just feels like home, it's just chill. And it's, the East Coast is a little bit different than the West, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's something, I don't know, I moved here in 2015 and like instantly it was like, I love this place. Like, and it's the same thing. I was living out in Virginia at the time. I live in DC now, but like, I actually think people that don't take advantage of the entire area are missing out. Like whether it's DC, Maryland, Virginia, like there's stuff all around, and it's obviously DC traffic can be a bore, but generally speaking, it's pretty easy to get around.
It's top 5 worst in the country.
Really, you think so?
It's top 5.
You're an LA guy though. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you.
You're qualified.
Listen, my off season I live in LA and Florida, both bad areas. Yeah. And then when DC's bad, it can be bad. Especially if you're up by like that
the bridge by the Beltway.
395, yeah.
Or that too, yeah.
No, not the 495, is it?
Yeah, the Beltway.
Yes,
yeah.
That one is crazy.
Yeah.
But no, it's so many different pockets, because you could be in Arlington, there's stuff to do, there's stuff to do in Bethesda, there's stuff to do in DC. So it's like different vibes at each places too, so it's cool.
It's a great neighborhood town. Yeah. That's I think the cool thing. It's different than like a New York or whatever else in that way. LA's got that for sure too.
LA does for sure.
The distinct neighborhoods.
It's more wholesome here, so it's cool.
Yeah, Washington, D.C.
Wholesome.
Notoriously wholesome. Kyle Kuzma with us here on the Hoffman Show. All right, from a basketball standpoint, as you guys start to build this thing, like, I was just talking to Wes about the shot diet, how that changes. He said you guys want to modernize a little bit this year, play a little bit faster. What's your role in that?
Just following through with, what the coaches want. Obviously with me being, one of the people at the helm, I have to be an extension of the coaches and what they want to do and how they want to play. But playing fast and modern sounds amazing. So I think for us, we were really slow last year. And, I think this year with our personnel and being younger and having Poole and having Tyus loves throwing that up pass. Corey loves running the wing. Denny's a speed demon. So, and then, I like to get up and down in transition too. So it just naturally fits our team. And I'm excited because it's going to be actually like fun to watch. And, I watch film a lot, and I feel like last year it's kind of not fun to always watch the way we played. And I think, just from being in open gym, how it feels, watching open gym, like it's just quick, decisive, and go up and down and go. So it's fun.
What is the difference that Tyus makes? He's a name that I've started to talk to people around the team. He's coming up a lot. Like, what's Tyus Jones like?
Just a good dude, man. He's just a good dude. I think for him, he does a great job of, obviously he doesn't turn the ball over. And he's a sense of calmness on the court. I know a lot of times, and it's going to help all of us too. For me, a lot of times I may be sporadic on the court. Same thing with Jordan a little bit. So like having that ball handler that can just have everybody just breathe, calm, get in your spot, come off a screen, deliver the ball, come off pick and roll, hit you on the back. Like, that's fun to play with. And he's a team guy. How he plays his team. He's not out there hunting assists or holding the ball too long. You know what I mean? Like, he's off it, decisive, and like he plays the right way, and that's to win. So
I think it's interesting watching you when you really get going. And there's this, I don't want to call it a high wire act. Like, you're too good to call it a high wire act. Like, when you really get going, like, feed Kuz, like, let's go. But how do you, when you get in those moments, especially now you got a guy like JP, you have Corey on the wing, like, you have all these guys around you that are playmakers as well. How do you balance, getting your own shots and riding that zone versus, all right, maybe, I can take advantage of the fact that they're starting to pay a little more attention to me, dish off and let others get in their opportunity without losing that hot streak?
Yeah, I think, you just said it. I think last year, like, I got a real taste of, like, kind of being, like, a number one option or, like, a focal point of the offense a little bit, especially when guys were out. And then just realizing that, like, one, for me, I can be in zones, but like when I play basketball, like I prefer to pass first and like get people involved and make the right plays. So naturally, if I get hot, like if you want to double me, that's fine. Like I'm comfortable passing the ball. A lot of guys, they get hot and then they double team, and then, the team kind of gets stagnant because they don't really know how to like just play off other people. But the biggest thing is like if somebody's hot, you let them roll. I'm always a fan of that. Like if it's me, I'm rolling. If it's JP, like we have times in open gym where we're on the same team and he's took all 6 shots and he's just made all 6 shots and we're good because it's like, yo, you're cooking. Like go, keep going.
Cook.
Like keep cooking. So, that's the thing that you have to have a team to really buy into too, because a lot of times, you'll be on teams and if somebody's cooking, somebody might just get in the way of you cooking, and like this team is not going to be this way. And I think we all understand that as a collective group, and it's going to be fun. So, all
right, last basketball question I have for you. Then I got a couple of fun off the wall ones because we're a sports radio show. Like they're coming. Yeah. So I think it's pretty fascinating that like you, JP, you guys have won championships. Yeah. Like you guys have seen, and for him, he's seen Steph and Clay and Draymond and like these guys that are going to the Hall of Fame. For you, LeBron, AD, like you've seen it and what it's like at that level. Yeah. How do you bring that here from an example and then also beyond just lead by example? I think I was reading actually a book on leadership recently, and Tom Izzo was actually quoted as saying, like, I don't believe in leading by example because that just means you're working hard and not bringing anybody with you. So how do you, which I thought was pretty fascinating because, obviously if you see a guy working hard, you might follow. Right. But how do you bring that level of like, hey guys, this is what it takes to work at a championship level to this group?
Well, I think it's a balance, because there are those leaders that just rah-rah, but then it's like you kind of rah-rah yourself to sleep a little bit and you talk a little bit too much and guys turn you out too, so tune you out. So I think for me, I'm just myself, like I speak, I'm very communicative, but you know, my main thing is just leading by example, you know, because at the end of the day, if I'm not holding myself accountable to the things I got to do every day to be great, as I say I want to, then how is somebody else going to believe you or want to follow lead or follow suit? So naturally, you know, there's going to be times where you have to say something, because at the end of the day, guys will get tired to listen to a coach talk all the time. Like, that's natural sports nature. But, you know, it's all about really just having that balance and being yourself at the end of the day, not overthinking it, you know?
All right, fashion question. Most underrated fashion house?
Underrated fashion house. Ooh. Bottega.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I would say them for sure. I mean, they're catching a lot of steam right now. It's really nice.
The bags are on fire. Yeah. Wifey's big on that one.
Wifeys are always big on that. Wifeys are big on that one.
Yeah,
Mine too.
The Bottega bag is a must right now. WNBA Finals. Who you got?
Ooh.
This is apparently the hardest question I'm asking today. Wes tried to duck me on it.
He tried to duck you. I don't know, man. You know, the Aces are loaded. But I really want to see Stewie rock out one time. Stewie and Sabrina, like Jonquel Jones. I like them.
Tough.
Them. They tough. I'm rocking with them right now. I'm not gonna lie. And Stewie's a Puma athlete, so
she is.
Naturally, we have the same Puma rep. So like, I always try to support her. But the Aces are loaded though too.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be interesting.
That's kind of a duck, Anthony. I don't know. There wasn't like a real answer there.
It sounded like the Liberty, right?
Sounded like Liberty? Okay. Mark it down. Liberty. Okay. And then because we are a sports talk radio show, and this is as good as we do from the creativity department, quick hitters, we're calling it the Whiz Quiz because that's as creative as I could get this morning.
Okay.
So the Whiz Quiz, Kyle Kuzma is the first one to go through this. Favorite vacation you've ever been on?
South of France.
Okay.
Yeah, south of France. Went to like Cannes, Monaco, Nice, the whole Riviera, so it was nice.
That's beautiful. Yeah. What's the place that you haven't been that you want to go?
Amalfi Coast, Italy.
That's a great call. Soon. Great call. Yeah. What's your coffee order?
My coffee, just straight black.
Okay.
Yeah. Just say if I'm like kind of tired of that, I'll do iced black coffee. Okay.
That's the mix-up. I add ice to my black coffee.
Yeah, that's it.
Teammate that you trust the most to drive on a road trip?
To drive, Anthony Gill.
That is a phenomenal call. He's probably going to be the unanimous choice.
Yeah, because he doesn't really drink, you know, obviously, so I trust him the long way.
Yeah, and got kids. Like, he's a responsible guy. Who's the teammate that you trust the least to drive on a road trip?
Probably Denny. Probably Denny.
I'm a little scared that one might also be unanimous.
Yeah, probably.
Yikes. All right, best and worst on the aux in the locker room?
It just all depends. Denny, I'd say Denny's probably one of the worst because like he just has the same set of songs.
Okay.
And I don't think he has like the vibe check you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
You know, he can't like switch it up, and he's a little young, so you know he doesn't really know.
Yeah.
You know, it's different genres you can listen to. You know what I mean?
Who's the best?
I'm gonna go with myself. You know,
okay.
I actually like the DJ. Like,
okay.
I like know how to DJ, so like I'm always I don't.
You got like a SoundCloud or something?
TV. I don't watch TV. I literally go in my house and I'm like even in my office or I'm like listening to music all day. So
love it. And then last but not least, you got one shot on the court outside the paint for $1,000. Where are you spotting up?
Corner.
Corner three.
Yeah, corner three.
All right.
Easy.
All right, easy enough. That's the first Whiz Quiz. Any questions we should ask?
No, I think that was solid.
That was good. Just a nice little quick hitter.
Like it.
All right, cool. Everybody, that's Kyle Kuzma with us here on The Hoffman Show.
This is The Hoffman Show on the Team 980 and the Odyssey app.